Welcome into the ballpark. Happy to have you with us. The show brings you game one of a big 4-game set. It's the Toronto Blue Jays going up against the Chicago White Sox. First pitch coming your way next. Just about set to go now. And today's starter, Corbin Burnes. And Singy, as you know, he took home the AL Cy Young Award last year.
Well, Boog, he was healthy last year and gained a tremendous amount of confidence. He took a big step forward last season. I think he'll take another one this season.
And now for the Jays, Howard Napping. Swings and misses. And the count 1-2. Swings through it, and that's a strikeout.
He's locked in at the plate when he's using the whole field. He was out in front there. Just needs to let the ball travel a little more, and his timing will be back on track. Good pitch for the strikeout.
So up next for Toronto, Dairon Blanco. One down, base is empty.
That's a ball. 2 balls, 1 strike.
Breaking ball through there for a strike. One out, base is empty. And down on strikes he goes. 2 away.
Well, anytime you can punch out the top 2 guys in a lineup to start an inning, got to be feeling pretty good out there on the mound, because when you think of just having a distraction, table setters on the base paths, and all of a sudden you're dealing with the number 3 hitter, any distraction can cause you to serve up a cookie, and instead of it being a solo shot, it's a 2 or 3 run homer.
That's through there for a strike.
Here's a batter who, for whatever reasons, plays better on the road, and that should help him here today.
And a curve misses outside. Bo Bichette waiting to hit for Toronto. 2 outs, base is empty. Payoff pitch. In the air, left side. Varsho moving under it. Makes the catch. And that'll do it. Half inning complete. We've got no score. Back at Guaranteed Rate Field. And today on the hill, Ricky Titman. And Chris, pitching on the road has not been particularly kind to him.
Yeah, and you don't want to be too quick to say that he can't pitch on the road. Sometimes, you know, it's just a matter of luck. It's not having a feel. Difference between the bullpen mound to the mound out there on the playing field. Don't know what it is, but I know.
There's a swing and a drive. And that one hops the wall. Safe at second with a leadoff double.
All over that one right there. Great hands on that swing to take the inside pitch and drive it into the gap for the double. It's easy to spin off a pitch like that, Boog, and you can pull that thing foul, but that was perfect.
Here is Yoan Moncada. Man at second. This to third. The throw to first. One gone, bottom half of the first.
Batting third, the designated hitter.
Time to check out the lineup for the White Sox. A guy who's been huge for them over the last month plus, Francisco Mejia.
And you got to like this matchup for him as a guy who hits left-handed pitchers as well as anyone, it seems. I mean, he's hitting over 300 against southpaws this season. He's got a good shot to make a big impact against the left-hander on the hill today.
Luis Arraez stands in. The 1-1 is fouled off. 1 out and a runner at second. Swings and misses, struck him out.
Well, that's the money maker right there. 2 strikes, slider down and away from a same side thrower as the hitter. I mean, that's just tough. You're looking to protect with 2 strikes and very difficult to lay off.
Now it's the veteran outfielder, Luis Robert. Man on second, 2 down. Swung on and fouled off. And he'll need a new bat. And a pitch. Foul ball, still a 1-2 count. Runner at second, 2 down as we play game 1 of this 4-game series. Another 1-2. Swing and a ground ball out to short. Fires over to Guerrero. And they take care of Robert for the out. And that is the 3rd out of the inning. The White Sox leave 1. Scoreless after 1. Back here on the south side. New inning getting started. And now the Toronto cleanup hitter, Bo Bichette. This guy is an elite level hitter, especially considering contact, just the ability to hit for average. What you really like, though, stays in against those righties, and that's not so easy as a right-handed batter. Upstairs.
There's some players, for whatever reasons, they seem to just face a slew of right-handed pitchers, and their comfort level increased so much that they actually prefer to face that same side thrower in a tough situation.
Hammered, and this one could be extra bases. Around first, heading for 2. Now the tag at second, and he's out, trying for 2.
Got to love the hustle and the attitude there to try to stretch that single into a double, but unfortunately thrown out at second base. He was so close to being in scoring position.
Danny Jansen to hit here. Yeah, most guys struggle against the same side, whether it's left on left or right on right. And this guy's an exception. Got it by him for the K.
Well, I'd say he pretty much had to offer at that one. You don't want to leave it in the umpire's hands. Even though it ended up outside the zone, it still was close enough to where it looked like it could drop down right on that corner and get the call. Last thing you want to do is get punched out by the umpire, knowing you could have at least fouled the pitch off and kept the at-bat going.
2 outs. Bounced up the middle. Montgomery on the run, throw to first. In time, got him. And that'll do it. 1 hit in the inning, but no one left. Now to the bottom of the 2nd. We're tied, 0-0. Here on the south side, bottom half of inning number 2. And now it's Wilmer Flores. Kicks and deals. That one off the bad part of the bat, just a lazy fly ball. Bichette tracks it down for the out.
That's a really nice play, ranging back into the outfield for that catch. We all know those could be a little tricky, especially if the wind's swirling around out there.
Francisco Mejia coming up to hit. The wind of the pitch. That's hard hit on the line. He's got it. That's out number 2.
Batting 7. No left fielder.
And next to hit for the Sox, Dalton Varsho. 0-0 here in the bottom of the 2nd. Line drive, and that should be extra bases. Now he'll turn for second. He's there. It's a 2-out double.
Seems like he got exactly what he was looking for right there. A well-deserved double on a great swing. Got everything going on time. He stayed balanced and he squared it up about as well as you could possibly ask.
Anthony Santander at the plate. And he hits a ground ball right side. Fires over to Guerrero. Out with room to spare, and that's the inning. So a 2-out double, but they don't score. We played 2 full, no score. And we're back. Top half of the 3rd inning. Now it's the DH, Spencer Horwitz. 1-1 now. Swings through that one for strike 2. Next pitch inside, and the count's even at 2. Swings and blasts one deep to left center. And that one hops the wall. Makes the turn and heads for second. And he's got a leadoff double.
Man, those are the types of hits where you don't feel any vibration in your hands whatsoever. Such a good feeling. I love the approach he had right there with that pitch. Not trying to do too much, but still looking to drive it. And that's exactly what he's able to do into the opposite field gap for the double.
And now the center fielder. Right through there for a strike.
Well, the best way to shake off yesterday's struggles is to get on the board early. They've got a guy in scoring position. They've got to find a way here to get him in.
And a swing and a miss. Not what you're looking for after the leadoff double. A strikeout, and there's one away. And next for Toronto, Eggy Rosario. Top of the 3rd, no score. Waves at the bender for the strikeout. So back-to-back strikeouts now, and they still haven't managed to do anything with the leadoff double.
Yeah, Boog, and you just don't want to get careless here. You've done a really good job to get 2 outs after that leadoff double, as you mentioned, and just got to execute your pitches, and it's a non-issue.
So the batting order turns over. Now here is Howard Knapping. Next offering upstairs. Man at second. Swing and a miss as he was out front. Two now. Gets a piece there. We'll do it again. Horwitz on at second with 2 down. Spoils that one, and it remains 2-2.
Also really good at bat. What I like about this guy, his bat stays in the zone for a long time. Gives him the ability to foul off tough pitches.
Swing and a miss, struck him out. So no runs here on a base hit, no errors, and 1 left. We move on to the bottom of inning number 3. We're tied, 0-0. Back at Guaranteed Rate Field. Now at the plate, Colson Montgomery. The 1-1. To the right side, Guerrero. He takes it on his own. Leadoff hitter gone in the 3rd.
The batter, number 10, second baseman, Ahmed.
Back to the top of the White Sox lineup. And now it's Ahmed Rosario. One down, base is empty. That's a hit.
Wasting no time. He's 2 for 2 now on the night, and just a triple and home run away from the cycle.
Seriously, we're starting with this already. Man at first with 1 gone, and now Yoan Moncada. Base knock, center field. They get it in quickly. So first and second now, 1 out.
Couldn't have timed it up any better than that. Everything was on time and fluid in that swing. Got a pitch you could get the barrel on and lined it into center for the knock. Those always feel good.
First and second, 1 out. So now it's the White Sox DH, Luis Arias.
Well, all eyes on the double play ball in this spot. No better way to get out of this inning.
Runners at first and second with 1 gone here in the last half of the third. Hit on the ground to the right side. Over to Bichette. Return throw to first. Got him. Double play. And that'll do it. So no runs on 2 hits. No errors. And 1 man left. On to inning number 4. No score. And welcome back to the ballpark. And now here's a speed threat. Outfielder Dairon Blanco. Righty delivers. Swings through that one. It's a strikeout.
Quite the start to this game on the mound. Looking very dangerous to these hitters. 7 punch-outs already. So this lineup hasn't had much success trying to figure him out. I'm impressed with what we're seeing here.
Here's Vladimir Guerrero Jr. 1 down, base is empty. And a big swing and a miss.
1 ball, 2 strikes.
Here's a 1-2. Cuts and misses. It's a strikeout.
Well, right now he's in cruise control, autopilot, just dominating these hitters. It doesn't look like it's a fun at bat. And all of a sudden, you become in awe of this guy on the mound. Somebody's got to break this thing up. That's 5 straight strikeouts. Got to put a ball in play.
Bo Bichette up to the dish. And that gets the top of the zone for a strike.
He's pitching well, but not throwing a ton of first pitch strikes. Usually doesn't work out for success, but you can never predict baseball.
4th inning underway, no score. Hard on the ground to first. He takes it himself to the bag, and that'll do it. 3 up, 3 down that time. On now to the bottom of the 4th. We're tied, 0-0. Back here on the south side, bottom of the 4th. Now here's the cleanup hitter for the White Sox, Luis Robert. The pitch. Hit pretty well in the air out to center. Under it. Makes the catch, and there's 1 gone.
Now batting, the first baseman, Wilmer.
And now the first baseman, Wilmer Flores. That one ripped. Hauls it in for the out.
Man, that's one of those at-bats where you have to remind yourself it's about the process. He did everything right there. Nothing to show for it. But in your mind, you have to convince yourself that it was a very good at-bat.
And he deals. In the air out towards right center. It gets down a base hit. So a 2-out knock keeps the inning alive.
Now batting, the left fielder.
And up next for Chicago, Dalton Varsho. 2 outs. And a liner around into right center for a base hit. Throw in holds the lead runner at second. 2 on now with 2 away.
Back-to-back base hits. Solid swing from start to end. On time with everything. Really good balance. Nice extension. And he met it out front for the line drive knock.
So up next for Chicago, Anthony Santander. Hit hard on the ground to short. They get the force, and that's the inning. White Sox strand a couple. Still no score. Here on the south side, all set for the start of the inning. Now it's Jansen to hit.
Jensen.
Here's a 1-1. Lifted in the air, right center field. Rosario running hard after it. Stretches out and hauls it in.
Now batting, the left fielder, David Schneider.
Now the left fielder. One down, base is empty. And that one fouled off.
Well, they gave up on that pitch early, and it ended up staying in the zone. I'm sure he's kicking himself and would like that pitch again.
Fights that one away, still 1-2. Can't connect on the curveball, struck him out.
Well, that's a curveball that people like to describe as a hammer or Uncle Charlie, and you can see why. It's not a looping slow curve. He throws it hard, and it gets plenty of bite on the end.
And now Spencer Horwitz. 2 down, nobody on. And that's off the inside edge.
2-1.
And it's 2-1. And that one hammered. Santander ranging back, leaping, and it's gone. It just got out of here. It's his 6th home run of the season, and they jump out front. It's 1-0. He absolutely feasts on right-handed pitching and devours that one for a homer.
And you can see that's what he expects of himself. At bat after at bat, he's that confident. Well, he almost robbed a home run right there, and I tell you what, he'd love another crack at it. During batting practice, you always like to work on that, and so close, but that one was just out of his reach.
So 2 down. Here's the center fielder, the 1-1. Late that time, and it's strike 2. Got him swinging. 1 scores in the inning, coming on this solo home run. And the home team down a run. You're dialed into the show. Ready to go for the last half of the inning. And the batter will be the shortstop, Colson Montgomery. And he grounds one to the right side. And that chance handled in plenty of time to first. And that's the first out in the bottom of the 5th.
I wasn't sure if he was going to get to this one or not. Had to go a pretty good way there in the shallow right field. But then after that, it's a tough angle after you square up your shoulders to throw to first base. Not the normal position, but a really good job defensively right there.
That one the other way. And that'll get down for a base hit. So a man aboard now with 1 away.
Well, he's been working out of the stretch just about the entire game, Boog. A lot of base runners on against him, and he's just done a really nice job of scattering the hits, not giving up any runs. But at some point, your luck usually runs out.
1 gone, runner at first. Yoan Moncada steps to the plate for the White Sox. Out there to center, on the move. Brings it in. Out number 2.
Up next for the White Sox, the designated hitter, Luis.
Here's the White Sox DH, Luis Arias.
You have to be careful throwing him breaking pitches, even in an 0-0 count. He loves going after the off-speed stuff, and he's really good at hitting it.
Snap throw to first. Rosario dives back in. Rosario runs. That's out to center field. On his way over. He's got it. And that'll do it. So 1 left for the White Sox. They trail here 1-0. all set for the top of the sixth. Stepping in, Eggy Rosario. Here's a 1-1. That's a strike across the top of the zone. Swing and a high fly ball deep left field. Varsho going back, and it's gone. He circles the bases. Third home run of the season, and they add to the lead. It's 2-0.
Man, he just barely got that one out of here, and you gotta love the effort in left to try and bring it back. He had a good shot at it, just couldn't quite pull it off. It would have been a stunner if he did.
And now for the Jays, Howard Nappin. Swings and misses. And the count is 2-2.
But we just got to delete it. You give up that leadoff home run, go back to work, focus on this next batter.
And a base hit up the middle.
Well, the last 10 games or so have been anything but fun at the plate for him, so that one has to feel good. Just kept it simple, played pepper with the middle of the infield and took it back where it came from, and there's just no one there to knock it down.
Fly ball down the line. Santander calls it in, and there's one away.
The batter, the first baseman, Vladimir Guerrero Jr.
Vladimir Guerrero Jr. now. Singy, he's a guy that covers both sides of the plate about as well as anyone in the sport. How difficult is that to do?
Well, just look at the back of my bubblegum card. You'll see how hard it is. These guys are great, man. They have the ability to look out there, but also to be able to turn on the inside pitch. Those that can really sharpen things on the
off-balance speed, there's one. And that's two. Toronto picks up one on this homer. It's now a 2-0 ball game. Back after this on the show. Back at Guaranteed Rate Field, here's a big power threat. Luis Robert.
Well, these fans definitely want to get involved in the game. All it's going to take is to get the leadoff man or even a base runner on.
Sharp grounder. That's through for a base hit. So a runner aboard to start the inning. And that knock bumps his hitting streak into double digits, Chris. He's hitting 10 straight.
Yeah, and on a nice trajectory. Average going up, OBP. Everything he's doing at the plate right now just seems to be working.
So up next, Wilmer Flores. And here it comes. Grounder might be two. There's one. Relay to first, double play.
As a former player, watching 5-4-3 double plays brings back some adrenaline. It's such an exciting play, and it's always a great reminder of baseball being such a team sport.
Francisco Mejia steps to the plate for the White Sox. On the ground to the left, Rosario gets it to first. Out number 3. Make it 6 shutout innings for him out there now. Blue Jays 2 and the White Sox nothing. Joe Barlow into the game.
Just trying to keep this one close here, and this is where a bullpen can give their players a chance to fight back into the game.
The pitch. And he can't come up with it. To first, and he just gets it there in time. One away.
Well, we talk about how the ball is coming out of the pitcher's hand. The way it comes out of his hand as an infielder, wow, really impressive.
And now the catcher comes up to hit. Danny Jansen. And a pitch. So a foul ball makes it 1-2. One down, base is empty. Knocks that one away, and we'll do it again. Righty to the plate. Swing and a miss. Struck him out. Had him out front for strike 3.
That's a pretty nasty pitch right there. I'd call it a power curveball in the 80s. It's got so much spin on it, and you really don't have a lot of time to sit back and watch what it's going to do before you have to commit. It was a good one for the swinging strikeout.
2 down, nobody on. Here in the top half of inning number 7. Still 2-2 after the foul ball. Two outs. Foul ball, another 2-2 upcoming.
Pitcher having a pretty tough time getting that swing and miss. Third foul ball in a row.
And a pitch. Swing and a ball lifted in the air, shallow left field, and that'll fall for a base hit. And that extends the inning.
The batter, the designated hitter.
And now to the plate, here's the Toronto DH, Spencer Horwitz. Swing and a miss. Now 1-2. The pitch. Up the middle, and it's through for a hit. So that's 2 straight 2-out hits. And his hot hitting continues.
They kept him in the yard that time, but all he's doing now is passing the baton, and everything seems to get started around this guy.
So 2 on with 2 away. And now the center fielder. And strike 2. First and second, 2 down as we play game 1 of this 4-game series. Slider got him for strike 3.
He's in a tough spot, had to make a great pitch, did it, got the strikeout, gets out of the jam. Clearly, he's happy with those results.
And welcome back to the ballpark. Set for the last half of the 7th. Here's the left fielder, Dalton Varsho. The pitch. Hit in the air, right field. Blanco under it. Puts it away for the out. And there's 1 down.
Now batting, right fielder.
Digging in is the switch hitting outfielder, Anthony Santander. That's ripped. Base hit. So they get a man aboard with a 1-out single.
Well, he's been working out of the stretch just about the entire game, Boog. A lot of base runners on against him, and he's just done a really nice job of scattering the hits, not giving up any runs. But at some point, your luck usually runs out.
1 down. And next to hit for the Sox, Colson Montgomery. In the air, out towards left center. Snags it on the run. 2 down.
They trust him in center field because he's capable of making plays on the run, and we saw it right there. That's a player you want patrolling center field. Someone who can attack the ball off the bat.
So digging in, Ahmed Rosario. The lefty closing in on 100 pitches. Lined, and that's a base hit. Throw stops the lead runner at second. 2 on and 2 out.
That's back-to-back singles for him. A lot of hitters tell themselves, line drive over the infielder's head. That's what I'm trying to do. Just keep that approach simple. And right there, it was perfectly executed. On time with everything and pulled it into the gap nicely.
first and second, 2 down. Now the number 2 hitter, Yoan Moncada. So the tying run at second. Base hit around third. He scores, and they trail by 1.
Always feels amazing getting a job done when the team needs you to come through. It's just bigger than your own individual stats. So much of good hitting is finding holes in the defense. That's why you're always thinking line drive into the gap. Those kinds of swings really boost your confidence.
Here comes the skipper, and we're going to see a pitching change in this spot. Ricky Teitman done for the night, and as he heads off, we'll step aside for a minute. Back with the new pitcher after this break. New pitcher coming on, the veteran, Eric Swanson.
Well, you see the ERA very solid, and that doesn't always tell you the whole story, but he's been really good so far this year.
Luis Arias steps to the plate for the White Sox. Right back to him on the mound. Tosses to first, and that's terrific work out of the bullpen. 1 pitch to end the frame. So 1 run in the inning on this base hit, and this is now 1. And the pitch. That one's in there, and a count 1-2.
1 ball. 2 straight.
Ground ball up the middle. That's a base hit. So now back to the top of the order.
Now back.
Once you get the ball by the pitcher, there's a lot of base hits up the middle, even on ground balls. So a nice job to use that big hole and get himself a hit.
Back to the leadoff spot in the Blue Jays lineup. Now here, runner on the go. There's a ball. And he cuts him down. Great throw.
Man, I see him trying to be aggressive right there late in this ball game, trying to add on to that lead. You know, I really like the thought, but it just didn't work out that time. Nice job by the defense right there to keep things right where they are in terms of the score.
Base is empty, 1 away, and we're in the top of the 8th. Ripped, but it curls foul. Right-handed reliever down the line, flying after this one, makes the grab on the run, and there's 2 down.
Well, that's a tough play for the infielder, ranging back into the outfield. There's part of him that's saying, hey, where you at, outfielder? Call me off. But he stayed focused and made a nice catch right there.
2 outs, base is empty. Dairon Blanco next up for the Blue Jays. Swing and a pop-up. Rosario in position. Makes the grab, and that is that. They go with one of their more experienced arms in this spot, Chad Green.
These are the spots relievers really make a name for themselves, late and close. There's not much margin for error, but at the same time, there's a reason they're put in these situations.
Here's the center fielder, Luis Robert.
A lot of times you're looking for a guy to get that tying run on base, but because of the power, you want him to tie up the game with 1 swing here.
Looking to get the tying run on base. Right through there for a strike.
I think he was sitting off speed right there because he just let the fastball go by.
Activity in the bullpen. Jordan Romano, the closer, is getting loose. Right-hander kicks, deals. Out to short. Throws to first in time, and they take care of Robert for the out.
That play won't be trending on social media later on, but it's still important to execute it to perfection. This game is a lot harder than it looks, partner.
So up next, Wilmer Flores. Holding on to a 1-run lead here in the bottom half of the 8th inning. Line drive. And there's a base hit. And now the tying run is into scoring position.
Everything came together for him. That pretty much split the zone down the middle, and those are the ones where you got to make them pay. And now a crucial opportunity to tie up this game with another base hit.
Francisco Mejia, the next to hit. This one drilled right center field. That one heading for the fence and gone. A gigantic blast, and they lead it. It's 3-2. Well, that swing changes things.
Yes, it does. They were in striking distance. They found a way to fight back big time. That pitch was intended to stay inside, but it leaked out over the middle of the plate. Hitter waited on it, and he connected just perfectly.
Genesis Cabrera gets the ball now.
Bringing in the lefty with the left-handed hitter coming up to hit. Classic bullpen move right here, so we'll see how it works out.
Cabrera.
One down. Now Dalton Varsho. One down, base is empty. Swing, and that ball smashed on a line. Corrals it, and there's two away.
Not fooled at all right there. He was clearly all over it, but sometimes you hit it too hard and right at someone. You're looking for one of those bloop hits to get a knock sometimes.
And now the right fielder, Anthony Santander. Two down, nobody on. So a foul ball makes it 1-2. That one ripped right center field. Blanco going back on this one. And caught on the warning track. Not quite enough behind that one. But two come across to score in the inning, courtesy of this two-run homer. Last chance coming up for the Blue Jays. White Sox going with a new arm, JoJo Romero.
Save opportunity for him right here, and he's their guy. Time to lock this one down and get out of here with the W.
The line to kick the pitch. And another ball.
2 balls, 2 straight.
Kicks and fires. Spoils the 2-strike pitch, and he'll see another. That just misses, and that's ball 3. Bo Bichette on deck for the Blue Jays. Ground ball right side. Rosario tosses the first, and Guerrero is set down.
That's a huge defensive play in the late stages of the game. It might not be the most challenging we've seen today, but it needed to be made. That's helping your team.
He's 2 outs away. Bo Bichette next up for the Blue Jays. And now it's even up.
2-2.
Smoked on the ground a second. And that quickly 2 away.
Those plays can be tricky. They're routine, but that doesn't mean it's always going to be smooth. He delivered a good play right there.
So it's their last chance in this one. Here's the catcher, Danny Jansen, trying to close out a 1-run lead here at the top of the ninth. And there's a ball. They're down to their final strike. The Jays down to their final strike. Got it. And that'll do it.
All these players were able to take the lead in the bottom of the 8th and just cruise to this win, getting those final 3 outs in the top of the 9th. Excellent job of securing your home field and keeping the fans in the ball game all the way to the end. Nice W all the way around.
A 3-2 final score in this one. They hang on to win it by a run. For Chris Singleton and our entire outstanding crew here at MLB The Show, I'm John Shambi saying so long.